Hey everyone, welcome back to FrostCast episode 27. It's been a minute.
Yes, several minutes. Many
yeah,
minutes.
Like, I think it was like over a month ago.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you stupidly got promoted and then had to go to your little class.
Hey, class is over now.
Yep, class is over.
You're over. No, remember, you were busy too. You didn't have any time.
You're right, but I'm like managing a $2 billion project for the DoD, but whatever.
So, as tradition, when new Mountain Dew comes out, we do have new Mountain Dews.
We do.
You have the Halo Citrus Cherry.
I do.
And I have the Mystic Punch from Diablo.
Oh, okay.
I've had them both. They're delicious.
The citrus cherry is not bad.
That is my favorite flavor of any Mountain Dew ever.
I'm not in love with it,
yeah,
but I don't hate it. Yeah. Like I would drink this, but I don't know if I'd order it over something else.
Mystic Punch?
Yeah, sure. I'll try it.
That one should be the WoW one.
This is the WoW. Well, this is Diablo. Okay.
No, but from back in the day. Does it taste like high school?
That one I don't like. But I like. I'd say this one's better. Citrus cherry.
Citrus cherry slap.
Citrus cherry. Yeah.
That one tastes like 8th grade to me.
Okay. Weird that you associate taste with
Halo, playing with your boys in the basement at like 3 a.m.
Bro, Code Red.
But that was Halo 3. Halo 3 was our generation.
Code Red.
No.
Code Red.
Okay.
All the way, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's an operator thing. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's an operator.
Mr. Wings.
Yeah.
But we have. How'd the holiday go? Have a good holiday?
Yeah, I mean, I drove to North Carolina and back, so that was fun. And then we're staying home for Christmas, so nice. But we're going to DC.
When this is uploaded tomorrow.
Yes.
Sunday.
Tomorrow, future tomorrow.
Future tomorrow. We're going to DC and I'm going to get my brain blasted.
Yes, you are. It'll be fun. You downloaded all the stuff, right?
What stuff?
Oh, God, don't you say that. Did you really? Oh, my God. All right, well, we got work to do after this, then.
But, yeah, that's where I've been busy with class. That's why there's been no uploads. We got one video out.
Yeah.
People did like.
Good.
It's surprising through the lighting. They figured it out.
They figured it out, yeah. That was, I did. So I went to Costco the next day, and I bought a new light.
Congratulations.
And it is like daylight in my garage now because I bought like this thousands and thousands lumen light, and I was like, this thing looks like it works. And it was like $20 at Costco, and there's 2 of them. I screwed it in. I was like, good God, you can't look directly at it. It's so bright now. So that should be better.
Yeah, next bat rep will be fantastic.
Yes.
And I did find a way. No one noticed I did find a way to cut out your stupid furnace.
Oh yeah, the thing that brings heat to the house. Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of loud and in the way, to be honest.
Well, it is what it is.
But I found a way around your problem, so.
Good.
Thank you, noise cancellation programs.
Yeah. Nice. So.
The only other thing that happened, I bought all of Ravage Star, by the way. I know you know, but they now know.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
It looks good, yeah.
The models are fantastic.
Models are.
We're going to start playing in December, and then we'll start having a couple videos up in December on it.
Yeah, when we get back from DC. Or it might just, we can do a test game in DC.
Do you want to bring the game? You want to do our first bat rep in a hotel? For Ravage Star? Or do you want to bring War Machine?
I don't know. Why don't we bring Ravage Star and we'll learn it? Or you'll teach me how to play it in DC.
We'll both learn it because I only roughly know it.
Okay, so then so that's what we'll do in the evening time. We'll be in downtown DC, so I don't think there's anything to do in downtown DC.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same hotel Nova was, so that's cool.
I'm excited because I'll just there's a Starbucks downstairs. It's not half bad.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Starbucks, but whatever.
I mean, like, it's convenient for coffee.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
now we can get into the meat and potatoes.
The meat and taters?
Meat and taters.
Okay.
So there has been a lot that's happened.
Yes.
Well, let's brush over podcast 22 today. Not much Mark 4.
It's okay. There was plenty of Monpok.
There was the Monpok news.
The Monpok. If you've been a fan, all 4 of you that have been listening consistently know that I love Monpok. So that news excited me.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, oh, okay.
So hopefully, I mean, the game has a pretty good following online, but I've rarely played it in person. And usually at big tournaments, there's usually like a 4 to 8 man, going.
Adepticon?
I don't know if they're at Adepticon. I know they do Captain Con.
Do they do LVO?
They do LVO, and they've done Warfare Weekend, and there was one other one that one person showed up. No, it wasn't Gen Con. It might have been Adepticon. Well, one person showed up and he won the whole tournament because he was the only one that entered.
Dude,
So,
that
good for him.
Guy's so good. He intimidated the people to not show up.
Exactly. But I think this is good because, the game has last year, and to no fault of Privateer Press, but they've been basically focusing on Mark IV.
Yeah, they had to. They have their cycles.
Yeah, and the year before that, there was a ton of Monpok released in the meta.
There wasn't much War Machine.
Right, and it was all over the place. So now I think bringing the game back to a more centrally focused, because there's a lot of monsters and a lot of units in that game now. So
did you listen to that section?
Not quite yet. No.
Basically, they said they like where War Machine's at. They said a lot of the monsters are good.
Mm-hmm.
Their idea is they're gonna do a 2024 update to keep the game where it's at, keep going, but they want to add. They mentioned the word addition, and they're like they want to bring a new play to the game and just add something new because it's easy to keep adding things, but it's not good for the longevity.
Right, and that was the big thing that the community will complain about is like there's unfortunately with Monpok there's only kind of one way to really play the game.
Yeah.
And like it's fun because you have such a variety of monsters and a variety of units, but playing the same way over and over again is kind of
that's
boring.
where the game's at. I think they do want to change it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
However, they're going to change it up. If you need some playtesters, I would
love. We'd have to talk to Mr. Class, who ignores me constantly
for Monpok related things.
Yeah, for Monpok. Even more, I'm still waiting on my trophy. Just so you know.
Is there a trophy for you?
Yeah, there's a trophy for the second. Like I got second place at the tournament.
And he still haven't sent you.
He hasn't even asked me for my address.
Did you ask him to get?
You know what? No, because it's about the principle that he should have reached out to me.
Okay. Okay. That's noted.
Yep.
You gonna make a note right now?
Make a note. Still ignore Mr. Class. Yes. Enter. I'm just waiting to see him in person. I feel like that's a better.
Will they be at LVO?
I don't know if he will be. But he might. He lives in Arizona. I don't see why he wouldn't drive up for that.
So are we confirmed going?
I'm still working.
Okay.
That I've got my plan. The plan is being sent up to leadership for approval, but it makes sense, and I can probably sell it pretty easily. It's just because our unit isn't paying for it, the other unit is. That's where we run into the issue.
Okay. So, fingers crossed. We're still trying to go.
Yeah.
I've been doing mini prep for it, but they did. That where we get into the SR24 review. SR24 will be out for LVO.
Good.
And
LVO's in 24, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but we didn't know if they were gonna change the rules the week before.
I see what you're saying.
Not change it and let the tournament ride out because
figured.
you wouldn't have time to adjust.
Year lists and stuff.
Yeah, and like the changes, and then getting used to SR24. But according to their Facebook post, it'll be out 2 weeks before. It sounds like.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think of SR24 so far?
I've only read it because I haven't played, but it looks good, and I've listened to some other podcasts that did reviews of it. I like it's definitely more dynamic, and each board, because like when you go from board to board at a tournament, it's like here the stuff everything is, but now terrain's gonna be more involved, like kind of like we were talking about on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
It's crazy how much we've called.
Yeah,
so far.
Weird.
We're so smart and nobody knows.
Yeah, that's totally it. It's totally it. Nothing else is going on there. But yeah, I think it definitely is a good change for the game in a right direction. It kind of does what Mark IV did, where it's getting away from the old machine, and Steamroller, the way it was played, was kind of like the old machine, and now we're getting into Mark IV. We're getting all these new armies, all these new rules, and now we're getting all new scenarios. And I think if they continue to build and make the scenarios more dynamic every year. Maybe not every year, but maybe every other year, because I think doing it every year is going to tax and be too much playtesting time.
Yeah.
Probably too much development for them. But maybe every other year, just throw a curveball in the whole thing. And it'll change the meta. It'll make certain armies good, certain armies bad, depending.
Yeah, then you can work on your 2 lists sitting.
Except Khador.
Needs help.
Needs help. And I don't think SR24 helps them at all. Yet to be seen, but with what I've read,
when we played our game, I played a few games at SR24. The game that I played, I was playing Thyron into it, so not a fair game at all. But it didn't seem terrible for them because they're a very slow army. They can get to their objectives and just hold their objectives.
Sure, but with the movement of objectives and the flags now,
you can just block movement. You stand in front of it.
But pushing.
Okay. We'll leave that there.
Yeah.
But then I just played a game today, and at least in this army, when I didn't have a lot of stuff that had Pathfinder, there was a lot of terrain in the way. That was what I noticed because the more terrain being a thing wasn't a bad thing. I played around it, but I think armies that can get around past Pathfinder will be.
So what you're saying is Circle is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be dominant again?
That was there was something in there. I don't know if you read the Discord.
No, I haven't read the Discord.
They mentioned Circle
I believe you.
for our little powwow.
Oh, well, that's spoiler. You can't talk about...
They don't
Oh,
know-
that Discord. I thought you were talking about TNT Discord.
No,
Oh, just...
other things.
Can't talk about that.
They don't know
That's
what
like that's like surprise tech for
They don't
March.
know anything.
Yeah, keep it that way. Anyway, so yeah, 120 millimeters, huh?
No, I went before we go to that.
Okay.
Did you listen to the Minority Report about how Lauren talked about how they're going to do buffs and nerfs for us for the year?
I knew they were coming, but I haven't listened. I don't.
So the way it works is they're going to do less nerfing and more buffing.
Interesting. I like that.
You do.
I do. Because it's less of a feel bad,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Because
fair.
like for instance, your Ret right now with Thyron and all that is really good.
But what? Okay, go ahead.
But if they nerf her into the ground, like your army is completely wasted. In
Yeah.
a sense, you know, like it just and I get that because it just feels bad when like the thing you've loved, the thing you've invested in, the thing you've painted, and you like the way they look, and all of a sudden it's like nerfed into the ground,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, that army's unplayable now. That's gonna collect dust on my shelf until a couple cycles, and they're like, oh, they're gonna buff something for me finally. When they're like, oh, I realize that, but I think I like the buffing because if they do it right, like if they do. See, the way I wish they did it was they would take all the data, nerf like the top 3,
I think that's what they're going.
and buff the bottom 3, and kind of more bring everybody in balance.
I think that's the intent, and I think maybe I'm hoping that's how they do it, but I hope it's not power creep. Is what I'm afraid of. If they're afraid to nerf things, I'm afraid they're not going to nerf the good things that are really good enough, and then they're just going to stay dominant.
Maybe.
Because, I hope Thyron gets hit with, a fucking hammer. Because if he feels like he needs more than just a few things.
Yeah.
To make him balanced. I just don't want the armies to stay dominant because they're afraid to do too much on just one caster kind of thing.
That's fair.
Um,
But I will say I think the new Mark IV armies are very powerful.
and I think that's the other reason for buffing, and that's what I was going to say. I think they're buffing things to match Mark IV.
That's fair.
Because Mark IV is definitely good, but some of the Mark III armies are just behind a little bit.
Yeah, like Convergence,
Yeah.
who's been behind forever. But
Yeah.
they need some buffs, and I think that's a good way to go at the game,
Yeah.
especially for the first round, right? Like
Going into the brand new year, just get everything up there, and you can dial it back.
buff things up, and then next year maybe look at nerfing.
Yeah.
That way everyone can still play their army. The people that are playing feel bad armies feel a little bit better because they got buffed.
Yep.
And your army Thyron stays on par.
Hopefully.
Maybe because they're buffing something else, Thyron goes down and
That's
the meta
true.
changes.
I mean, with the new cadre, Thyron goes down alone. Signar cadre says, "Screw you."
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
And it's rock paper scissors sometimes. So
Yeah, it is.
He's got to deal with that.
I think I'm still end up playing Dusk because I like new models.
Well, because Dusk is broken.
Yeah, a little bit. They
told you.
got some fun tricks.
I mean, some people disagree with me.
No,
but
I think Dusk is gonna be. We're gonna get to Chimera later. Because Chimera is looking. But the 120s and the 50 mil apotheosis casters, my lord.
Yes, they're gorgeous.
Yep.
Still not on a crab though, so you haven't sold me on trolls.
It's not a shark,
Cool, but not a crab.
but a land shark, not even a wet shark. A shark that tunnels in the ground.
Cool, but not a crab, which makes sense, right? Because it's a crab.
It could just be on the ground. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
And
Maybe that's what their 120 is.
And 2 power 18 claws with grapple. I mean, come on, that's a no-brainer. Let's give you.
I think the old one has it. He has crit decap.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I wish that they didn't do it. They didn't do it how real crabs are. They have one big claw.
Not all crabs are like that.
But a lot of crabs are. And they gave him a big arm and a little arm. So they just didn't do it thematically. They had so.
It's all right.
That's I just don't like the Great Old Ones model.
It's all right.
But yeah, that Dustcaster with the freaking swords magic thing.
Yes.
Did you hear what they said about her?
I read it.
So the way her ability is said to work, as she kills more things, she gathers swords from her enemies and unleashes a powerful attack.
Yeah, she's a prisoner, kind of, is what they were
And
comparing
that's
her to.
where we've been debating on what you think how it'll work. Because in my mind, every kill she gets, her defense and armor goes up, and then on her feet turn, she does this massive like.
I could see that. Maybe for each thing she collected, it's a power 10 plus the number of whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Because in my mind, it's also she's using the swords as a shield.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the defense or the armor goes up with it. And then like on her feet turn, it's just mega.
Kamehameha wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a giant spray, a million.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I did figure out how I'm painting all my casters. That'll be fun.
Good.
Whenever I get to paint them.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll have plenty of time with Red Flag. Red Flag's pretty chill.
I'll probably just be painting Orgoth.
Yeah, finishing that up finally.
Yeah, then getting right into the cadre.
You gotta finish Moloch for a campaign because he's coming.
That's true.
He's coming.
Yeah, we got lots to come.
Yeah.
Dusk is going to be painted like the second half of the year probably, just because the cadre is going to take time.
Yeah. Well, when's the? Oh yeah, I guess cadre's not
January.
Your cadre's in January.
Your cadre's in
Oh
January.
yeah, Orgoth, but not, when's Dusk? Have they announced that?
I think April.
Oh.
So I might have it for Bokor. There's a chance.
Might be at Vokor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Elkcaster, Elk Mommy, Redhead. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it, and I hope my Centaur's there too.
Oh my.
My Centaur dragon.
Okay, we're getting into the chimeras now.
Are we? You know, yeah. King of Coin.
Oh.
Let's do it in order.
Okay. The order doesn't matter, but okay. King of Coin. We are starting our tournament this Sunday for the local area. If you play and you place top 3, you get a coin. We have Grimkin, Minoth, and Infernals.
Ooh.
Yeah, your Infernals. I'm telling you, show up.
I wish I could, but you know, it's hard to get away from the family.
It's your fault.
It is. Well, the 2 were the accident. There should have been just 1. I got 2 for 1 deal. I don't, you know.
Yeah, that's a bad 2 for 1 deal.
2 were planned, 1 was not.
Okay. But that's what we're giving out this weekend at the Frosty Beasts tournament. If you're in the area and aren't signed up and have time on Sunday, show up at 11, dice at 11:30, 3 rounds maximum, free entry, prize support by Privateer Press.
Yep.
Thank you, Privateer Press, for that. It was sweet. I think we've had a couple call-outs, though, because of holidays.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough time to do tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Maybe you can run 2 tournaments, like one now and then one later, or we could try to run one on this side.
If Jerseys gets us they got the balloon thing.
Yeah.
So waiting to hear back from that. I think that might be too late in a few days. I don't know. I think it had to be ordered by the September 10th.
Well, we still got 2 days then.
Yeah.
You'll get one.
But we're scanned for plans to do a demo day, and that's where I was going to up in Jerseys for new players, and we can give away some extra stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And it did send us a lot, so I was pretty excited.
Yeah. I mean, you got plenty of solos and some old trolls and some old Grimkins.
Yeah. Defenses, Haruscult Scope.
Ooh, Haruscult Scope.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And if Joe, if you're listening, there's something for you in there.
Who's Joe?
He's the Scorn player.
Okay.
Locally.
Is there a Scorn in there?
All right, we're unmuted.
Joe, all right, no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers for you, Joe. But that's King of Coin.
It should be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's my first tournament. It's definitely going to be a very dry run. That's the idea too.
Yeah.
So like the call outs aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, my first event should be fun. I might end up playing in it to make it an even number.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes that happens with you.
But I'm excited. Yeah, fun. That'll be the first Dusk that'll be played at Atlantis in the area.
I'm sorry for those people.
Yeah,
for them.
It is 100 points, and I'm probably bringing Tyrus.
Well, you should probably throw every game because that's what you're supposed to do. It's a TO because you're getting the enjoyment of running the tournament.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll bring Hazaroth then.
Okay, that'll be. You want to borrow my old trolls? because you're bringing some interesting.
I'll bring
stuff.
Shadows.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, that's that. We go into what's next. Oh, now we can go to Chimera.
Chimera.
Your little cyber dragons.
Wow.
Your bad dragons.
Bad dragons. Yeah, don't play them. Don't play them at all.
Let only AJ play them.
Yeah.
My lord, are they?
The army box is impressive.
Yeah,
I'll say that. I did notice that the casters are Arc 6, which I think is how they're kind of balancing things. You're not going to be casting all kinds of craziness, which is fine because the starter caster
shoots 3 anyway.
Shoots rate of fire 3, which is ridiculous, and Shadowbind. -3 defense. Like you're just gonna be like shadow binding.
Yep.
They're super assassination.
And she's super fast.
Yeah. Jump, move 7, jump, shoot you. You're done. Yeah, repo.
And then repo away.
Yeah. Like how is that a thing? All of
That's
her
13 inches of movement with no 15, right?
Well, it's you do 12 because you do 7, you jump 5. That's 12 inches.
Yeah.
Then you can move back or any other direction 3. So, and she's got Pathfinder, so
there it is.
She's gonna be bouncing all around the board.
And jump. You can jump over buildings, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be even better for SR24
because it's place.
Yeah.
So you just boop.
Yep. I'm in your face.
Yep.
Oh, repo away. And then her feet's pretty cool.
Her feat is really cool. Concealment and dodge, which basically gives everybody stealth.
Yeah.
You know? And then hand of destruction, so an extra die on all your attack and damage rolls. So, yeah. She's really good. Really good. And
really good.
three spell racks.
Witch mark for her gun?
Oh, Witch mark? Man. I mean, Witch mark's just like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice, sure. But
it's just another thing.
Yeah, it is another thing.
Yeah.
I do like the lot of synergy, like with their quick fangs, how they always do 1 damage.
Yep.
And then you have the Talon Death Dealers, which get an additional die on things that are damaged. So it's
I love them. I wish Slayers from Dreadguard from Dusk were that good.
So you would really like because these are guys who remind me of Howlers and from Infernals. So they have a little bit different abilities, but they're kind of filling the same role and similar stat line.
They feel like they do very well in comparison to the Axers. So I'm comparing like the 3 like big melee units across the board. You have Axers, Slayers, and them.
Mm-hmm.
Slayers are the ones that are behind.
I can see that, yeah.
Because they're 5 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're tough. And I think they're armed 16, so they're 1 more arm, but you have your 8 boxes. You have unyielding, so now you're higher armor than me in combat.
17. Yep.
So.
And sidestep is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Sidestep's good.
Yeah. And we're crit decap or crit something.
Right, and we're just straight grievous wounds.
Yeah.
So we counter you pretty well.
Yeah.
So the Quick Fang Master I'm not that impressed with. Like the granted sacrificial pawn, whoopity doo. Like for 2 points, all you're really doing is getting like the black oil and the rust, which is not terrible.
Yeah.
But you still have to be range 6.
Is that the one with the Santa hat?
I think it is actually.
I think he's the one with the Santa hat for the December box.
Yeah, and I think the the Shadowmancers are not great.
They're like your Seekers, your witches.
So that's the issue with the hordes is like they're never as good as yours because you're always, adding. They're always subtracting.
Yeah.
Or placing it if it's an enemy.
I think a unit of them.
Oh, friendly.
They're 5 points though.
Yeah, they're 5 points. That's what I'm saying. They're 5 points.
Well, so the Eyeless Sight though, that's kind of neat.
Is it?
Do you have other ways to get it?
A spell, but I don't know if it's worth it. It's just It's just concealment in clouds. Doesn't see through forests. Doesn't see through terrain.
Some armies.
It's not like Phantom Hunter.
Well, yeah, but like you can get around stealth.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be useful.
What would I be worried about that has stealth?
I'm thinking of red.
Okay.
Stealth.
So sure, but
that's fair.
Like okay, the one army.
I'm surprised they're 5 points.
I am too. But
because none of the other like Jack boosters or Beast boosters are 5 points. They're all 4.
Yeah.
Because witches are 4, and I think they're silly. Speed 7 Pathfinder.
Oh my god, yeah, witches are gross. Witches are the pinnacle of support units.
And the Seekers are pretty good for 4 because you get the thing, and then their cool thing is they can heal the Warcaster.
Yeah,
they heal warrior models. I'm like, oh, you almost killed my caster. That's cute. Heal. I have healed like Hazaroth has almost died, and he got down to 1, and then they healed him to full, and he went in and murderized. Yeah, like that's cool. And then they have Blade Shield, so their defense 15. So they're not bad, but they're 4 points.
Yeah.
What do you think about the
solo? I think I'd rather have some of the mercenaries than her. I don't think she's terrible. I think you can definitely make some good builds with her, and I think if the expansion box has more like magical attacks, I think they're going to be really good because telemetry can be bonkers.
Yeah.
Because Infernals used to have telemetry with a pseudo telemetry with the Hermit, and you'd run assassination runs with that. So that's actually pretty good. So
those solos though.
the mercenary solos,
Yeah. Those mercenary solos are
okay. The
fantastic.
Scorn guy auto include every army I'm ever making, like without
their concentrated power for beast.
Yeah, like here you have a free +2 melee damage rolls.
Melee and attack damage rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, it's damage. Yeah,
It's
so
fantastic.
damage rolls, attack damage rolls, not melee or range. It's attack damage rolls. So you sit there, you could build the Hydrix, a shooter one, and now you're hitting like with the head, you've got power strength 16, 9, and then with the little heads, you've got 15 9s. So
yeah, that's
AoE 2s. Yeah, so I know this Jack is not going to be anywhere close to being as good as the Tyrant, but I think there's going to be some shooting options in the
because of that.
In that,
what do you think of the other two, like the Rabbit Lady?
I think the Rabbit Lady is really expensive.
She's 6. Oh, she's 6.
She's 6. Yeah.
Oh.
So she's on what's Alexis? No,
Iris.
Iris
is 5.
Iris is 5, but she's in that same category that you put her in, where she's too expensive.
Yeah, I don't
to bring. So I don't see a point where I'd want to bring, her at 6 and not something else at like 4 or another unit.
So this will be a fun question. This says this is a Grimkin model.
Yep.
And eventually this will say this is a Scorn model.
Yep.
How much do you think that's actually going to matter?
I think it will matter a lot once I think, because with the app, all they'll have to do is change the color at the top, and now he could be a mercenary Scorn.
Yeah.
Or they just remove that and say Scorn solo. So I think that's going to be really easy and compatible. So.
Yeah. The more I play with Iris.
Does she get added to the Grimkin list?
So she's not.
Oh.
That's why I was wondering. Because they're not in those armies, but I think effects that affect Grimkin affect them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Maybe it's future proofing for the Mark IV Grimkin or the Mark IV Scorn.
Whatever, yeah.
But right now at 6 points, I don't.
Same as Iris. I don't think she's ever played.
I think she's more of a niche model. So she's got cleave, cool. Winter Storm is nice if you're playing against like Circle, because all models within 10 inches of her lose Pathfinder. And then Flight and Isla Sight. Her Hoarfrost is okay, with telemetry.
It's not bad.
Not bad, right? And then you've got all of her stuff's critical, but a power 12 and a power 14 is not. I'm not excited about it.
The model's fantastic though. I'll say that the model
for sure. Model is fantastic. Now, if there's a reason I need a fast model on cavalry for some reason, maybe I bring her. But
she's speed 9. Holy moly!
Yeah, she's speed 9. So she's got 12, 13, 14-inch thread.
Might be something with that new cadre from Chimera, because they said the caster was speed.
Right, but so if you look, this one says friendly models. Friendly faction model. Okay, so we just looked at Shyrus, and her feat says friendly models, which is like your Dusk feats.
Yeah.
But if you look at Rask's,
friendly faction.
So it depends. If he's got some sort of feat that boosts movement or like, extra charge range on friendly models, I could see it. But if it says friendly faction models, probably not. Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll all depend on what the next feats come out to say. Which I find interesting that one is friendly faction and one is friendly. So, yeah.
I mean, this is supposed to be a don't touch me feat, so maybe they don't want you to have any like holes in your army, like say your merc's too far up. Probably just to prevent that, like that little like that chip in the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chimera, happy?
I am happy. Obviously I'll be getting 2 starter boxes soon.
Yeah. We've rethought our painting.
Yes.
We liked it, but wasn't all the way.
Yeah, I think the next time we won't do the slap chop and it'll be brighter, and that'll be better, I think.
Okay.
I think the darkness kind of really didn't do enough for the model. And we're probably going to change up the basing since everybody else is using those bases.
I think he stopped using them.
Did he?
Yeah.
I've seen like 2 people post on the painting.
Prince Richard has stopped using those bases because he never got them to fit right, or he was happy with.
Oh, okay. I mean, I thought they fit fine when we did them, but
we finagled it and cut some stuff off.
We did, yeah. I mean, we moved around. So.
But yeah, did you order those other bases that you got?
Which ones?
The little circle
flock
ones? Yeah.
No, those weren't bases. Those are flock. The ones I sent you, the dark with the crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's flock.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, Geek, damn it.
What'd you say?
No, it's Gamer Geek World or something.
Okay.
Geek Gaming Scenics. Geek Gaming Scenics. I have a few of their stuff, and it's actually really good. Highly recommend those guys if you want to just buy a pack of basing material and just go at it instead of like trying to build your own base. Like I want to put sand here, then put a couple rocks here or whatever, with some moss here. All that stuff they kind of pre-do for you. It's obviously more expensive, but it just comes in a neat little box.
It's time saving.
Yeah, time saving. And they have a kind of like a dark, almost it's pretty much a black sand, and then they have these crystals, kind of like what we had, all mixed in with different colors. So I'm thinking about buying the box, mixing all the crystals together, then mixing that all in there. So when we dip them in, the crystals come out in different colors. So
on some of the beasts, you won't see much because how big they are.
I mean, yeah,
but yeah, at the same time, that's fine with me.
Yeah, it just is what it is. We could always, if we wanted to make it, we could always just make the base and then drill a hole and then put the beast on top. Yeah, but either way, the beasts are not going to be. You're right. They're not going to be seen much because they're coils. But I think on everybody else, it's going to look good.
Yeah, and then your Hydrix. What's the big one called? The Wyvern? Wyvern?
Hydrix? The Vipex?
No, the Wyvern.
Oh, the 80 mil. Yeah, the Wyvern. Yeah. Can't wait to get 2 of those.
Yeah. You're gonna have a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah.
For one of them.
Yeah.
And then whatever the other one is that you do with.
I'm probably gonna just paint it whatever we color.
Yeah. But yeah, you're gonna have a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Which I need to order the cards for actually to put on the base.
Sure. Yeah. You do you. You know what? Go wild.
I will.
Go nuts.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Go nuts.
So we'll go into the cadre a little bit, and then we'll lead into the Signar cadre, the Chimera cadre. Least favorite thing and least favorite thing.
So in case you didn't know, I know you know, but you people at home, 4 of you don't know, but centaurs are my favorite mythical creature.
Are they really?
They really are. I don't know why. Ever since I was a kid, I just loved centaurs. So
I think we know a new king for you. Cool.
Yeah, whatever. Everybody's got their thing. Yeah. You know, but they're all centaurs. And yeah. I don't hate any of them.
It's gonna be a 6 model, probably. I think it's gonna be just like the Codors.
Yeah.
It's just 6 giant models.
I believe that because you've got the cavalry, the cav caster, and they're called knights. Who knows if they're cavalry, but they're centaurs, essentially centaur dragons. So
what a weird centaur cyber ninja dragons.
Yes, I love it. Love it. Love it. So I'll be getting that for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing I've seen from Chimera makes me unhappy.
Unlike Brine Bloods.
Unlike Brine Bloods, yes. Unlike being a troll player for 10 years and then seeing the new troll army and being like, I think I'm done. You know? I think I'm done. Stupid balloons. Oh, you saw the preview for the new balloon one. You saw the concept art, right, for it? The 80 mil balloon.
Oh, yeah.
Still glad I skipped.
Yeah.
Did not change my mind at all.
I think the Lego version is a little cooler.
Yes. I think so. I think so.
Yeah. But the land shark guy, he looks pretty cool.
Okay, so he reminded me a lot of Borka 2 on a
shark.
On a shark, yeah, essentially. But still, nope, not good enough. Not good enough.
And now we're going to go into the first cadre that's come out fully. We'll go over him. He is spicy.
That caster is I like him a lot.
Yeah.
If I played Signar, he would probably be the caster I'd go to
primary.
Time. Yeah.
And then what? Probably Athena second.
Athena. I mean, Wolf is just a beast. Sometimes I like the melee.
You do?
I do.
I played into it so much I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It just doesn't do that much.
Okay.
Because like you kill one guy, one jack does one thing.
Yeah.
And the jack can't boost the hit, can't boost damage.
That's fair.
Like their jacks are rat 7 or rat 6, so it's like okay. They missed a lot, I'll say that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like his feet didn't do anything. And then if you position wrong, your jacks are just stuck behind all your infantry.
Yeah.
So you're mostly shooting in that feat, and then if you're shooting into things that are engaged, good luck.
Yeah, true.
So like I think Athena's the better caster just because she's an all around. I'm using more dice, you're using less dice kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Mechanic Adept Sparkhammer.
Yes. 13, 17. It's a little bit squishy.
He is a little dwarf.
Yeah. The defense 13 makes me a little nervous.
That is kind of low.
Yeah. So, he can reduce his cost of spells by 1.
Yep.
Which is really good. Everybody gains resistance to electricity, whoopity-doo. But all models gain +2 when they make electrical damage rolls. So basically, he gives his whole army +2 damage.
Yep.
So that's nice.
Or he can just up his control range to 16.
Which I don't.
His control range is 12 base.
I'm sure there's certain points where you want to do that, like on feat turn.
Yeah.
Yes. Because, well, I mean, it just gives it to you because you get all of them. Cool, great, but I don't know. Inhospitable ground, maybe you just cast it and you're like, all right, 16 inches, everything's, rough terrain. Yeah, which super annoying.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
R.I.P. Cawdor.
Unless, yeah, all those poor guys. Again with the Cawdor. Yeah, man. But circles, like whatever. Do your thing.
That messes up Dusk a lot.
Does it?
Because cats don't have Pathfinder.
I thought they did.
Nope, that's the thing they don't have, and it ruins them the most.
Sucks to suck, bro.
Like, I get around it one turn with feet. That's it. But like, if you were just aggressive, I'm not getting through that because 16 is more than my threat range. So,
I think he's gonna be a good scenario caster too.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I don't know. I don't see a lot of downsides to him. And Jackhammer's always a good spell, like always, because he's got 7 arc. So you cast 1 or 2 spells, run something up, and then Jackhammer something to death. So.
What do you think of the other units?
I mean, they're cool.
What do you think about Death by 5G?
Death by 5G. Who said that?
Death by 5G.
Spray 6, not impressed. So
it's the machinery that's cute.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that because these are essentially battle plans.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good way to go with the game. Like with adding that to casters instead of giving them a bunch of spells, just be like, all right, here's some battle plans that do a little bit, but not quite as much as a spell would generally.
Yeah.
So I like him.
I like the Stormcallers.
Yeah, the Stormcallers I think are
probably going to be
the MVP-ish of them. With the multiple Stormcaller, the power cumulative +1, so you're looking at pretty substantial damage sometimes.
Okay, that's the rule. Oh, they're in this unit.
So yeah.
I didn't read that the first time.
Oh, you thought like you brought like
if you brought 3 units of Stormcallers, they'd all chain up.
You bring 6. Feel down with 6, bro, and just. Well, that's 8 plus 18, so that's a power 30, 24. Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, even still, you go up to POW 14-8.
14-8 under feet, yeah. Plus, I think they have some other way to buff.
Yeah, so worst case 14-8 on.
Doesn't the Zephyr do that? Yeah, ionization.
Oh.
So you have ionization, which gives you +2.
The caster only gives ionization too. He doesn't need it.
Was it called something else?
No, it's called ionization.
Okay, never mind then.
So,
okay.
But still, they become 16-10.
Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah. So. If you're running probably 1 or 2 units of those at least.
I'd say so. And they ignore everything. So.
Yeah.
Zap.
Good part.
Yeah. They were never great in Mark III, the Stormcallers, because they were weird triangulation effects.
But Mark IV old Signar Stormcallers are busted.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they at? What are they? Yeah,
they're that, but the text is not updated, basically.
Oh, gotcha.
Like they're just as gross, and I think just being next to each other, they become Rat 8.
That's pretty good.
It's like something with within the range of each other.
Stormsmith.
Triangulation. Cumulative bonus for attack for each other friendly faction within 10 inches of this. So if they're just near each other, they get the buff instead of having to hit it.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, but they don't have an AoE.
No,
they're just killing one thing at a time instead of 2 to 3.
Yeah, but they're hitting stuff.
They are. They're hitting stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like them.
You gonna get them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Don't like them that much, huh?
I mean, I don't like buying another army right now.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I've got my desk. They'll do fine this year. We'll see when does that part 4 drop for the new army?
It's here.
Oh, I don't have it. I haven't read it.
Oh, I mean, you don't have that. So I was disappointed. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
So spoilers ahead.
Spoilers.
That don't have. If you don't have the thing and you haven't read Facebook, then you don't know this. So turn it off. But it's everybody's saying it's Cryx, and I get that, but I think it's something else.
What do you think it is?
I think it's Blightergast, which is a dragon,
Yeah.
which is a son of Torok, which is the Cryx dragon.
Yep.
It's gonna be like, so Legion is Everblight, and
Yep.
Everblight is a son of Torok.
Yep.
So I think it's gonna be its own thing.
Oh, you think it's gonna be like a cult of Blightergast people?
Yeah, because like it's one page. Oh wait, the epilogue. Yeah, the Might of Blightergast. Yeah, because basically it cuts to this. Cliff notes are Savarith and the dragon were fighting, and then the dragon activates something back at his home base, which is what this story is about, where all these cultist people are around here, and then they summon the champion of Blightergast. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's Cryx, it's Cryx, it's Cryx," but I don't.
What makes you say? Yeah, what makes people think that's Cryx aside from it just being the dragon of Cryx?
I think that might be it.
Oh, that's it.
Because I mean, I've read it and I'm not seeing it, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, I'm sure someone in the comments will say, but I think it's going to be its own like Legion-esque type army, where it's not necessarily undead, but it's going to be like it's going to be like it's going to be Nurgle.
Oh, that'd be cool. I was gonna say, do you think it's these things?
No, so the Totem Hunters are in Zool.
Oh,
So that's going to be the
Minoth.
Minoth Dino Riders.
okay.
That's where they're at.
So that's the other army.
Yes, that's the other army.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, the other army.
Other army.
Yeah.
So but do you think it's gonna be like another, not Legion, but Legion-esque?
Right, but it
However they flavor it.
right. I think it's going to be Cryx-ish, but it's going to be more like Death Guard. Because if you read about Blightergast, he's all about like the plague, miasma stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
because if you didn't know, there's actually a website for War Machine lore called War Machine Lexicon, and if you read Blightergast, he's also known as Seether, Old Ravager, Boiler of Seas, Wormwall Serpent. Wow, and the important stuff is his lairs in the mountains, and he's the leader of the Alliance of Dragons against his father. And he's overwhelmingly deadly, blighted aura, and exudes acidic miasma. So I think it's going to be kind of like Death Guard from 40K, where they're all like plagued up.
Oh, so that's like the Chaos Gods kind of thing.
Kind of. I guess you could consider it that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like their father is like the Chaos God.
Yeah. The only reason people might think it's Cryx is because Cryx have the blighted guys.
You're in the cards already.
In the cards, yeah. So if we go to Cryx Unlimited, they have the Blight Thralls, and those guys would kind of exude that acidic stuff.
Maybe it's just a whole army of them.
That would be kind of disappointing, but I mean, sure. Where are we at? Blight or Trolls? Bile Thralls.
Oh, them.
The Bile Thralls. So they shoot out.
But like
acid.
an army based off of that kind of thing.
Sure, but I don't think that's going to make it necessarily Cryx.
That's true.
You know, because Cryx is all about the undead, and I don't think Blightergast is all about the undead. Because Legion isn't technically undead.
Okay. I like your prediction. I like it.
Yeah.
I'll double down on it.
I mean, I could be wrong,
Yeah, totally.
but I'm not.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about that. But I kind of lost my train of thought because you were explaining. Was there anything else I had to say about that? Oh, did you hear that's another thing they mentioned. The defenders, so all the good guys, they will be getting a Merc model based off the faction.
Yeah, because they won.
Yeah, because they won.
They're going to get the champion of Blightergast.
Oh, you think that's what they're going to...
I mean, that's literally what it says in the story. They summon the champion of Blightergast.
So then the army will be based off what the champion is, but the champion will be used by all?
I guess. I mean, that's what they're going to go with. I just don't see it being Cryx. I'm not seeing the connection.
Okay. When do we know? When did they say? They said we'll know. In the Primecast, they were like, "You'll know exactly what it is."
Maybe I'm not reading it, but
because like Primecast, they specifically said, "Oh, it's unveiled." Basically, they're like
they said it was hinted at, but in this they said it was unveiled.
They're like, "You'll know who it is at the end of this chapter." I didn't think the chapter was out yet because I guess when they recorded it, it probably wasn't out.
Yeah.
They're not like us and just upload the next day without just winging it.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
What are those wings in your chest telling you?
Nothing other than this is the champion of Blattergast. Unless he's now a part of Cryx after he was like all messed up by Sabrith. I don't know. I'm not seeing the Cryx.
Okay.
Not seeing the Cryx.
That's what my other question was. Do you know what the Gnarlgast is?
Gnarlgast?
The Matt Wilson said that was a term that's been in War Machine for a while.
Gnarlgast.
Or yeah, Gnarl something.
Gnarlgast? No.
Just type in Gnarl.
We're doing it live.
Yeah. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. But it was something with it's the name of the Orgoth 120 mil. Apparently the name of that has been around since like Mark 1. Have been Orgoth?
Oh, that's Torok. I don't want to talk to him. We're doing it live.
What are you looking for?
Control F.
Oh my god. You're hitting Control F.
That says control.
Why would you use right control? Who uses right control?
Everyone?
No. No one, actually. There it is, Gnarlgast.
Gnarlgast. Okay.
It's not useless.
Okay.
But that...
So it's a Gnarlgast.
It's a Gnarlgast, yeah. There's an island of 120 mils.
What? Is that what he said?
No, but look, it's on Gnarlgast Island.
Okay.
So there's an island of 120 mils.
Okay.
Orgoth from the newly built city of Dread Drakenrug on Gnarlgast Island launched an incursion in the rest of the Scarred Islands and Cryx. So
that was a bad move by them, but you know they learned.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what it is called, okay. Gnarlgast. I don't. He said people would know what it is, and I'm like,
I mean that's pretty deep in the lore, but
yeah,
to remember that. But yeah, cool.
I mean, it looks sweet.
I'll get it.
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
Of course you are. You have to get it, and I have to paint it. That is going to be a giant 120 candy. That is going to look crazy.
Is it going to have enough armor?
Even just small bits on that. That's big surface area.
Yeah, that look good.
Well, on the thing, it had like the chest armor, so it's probably going to have like shoulder armor at least, like the siege trask, and that alone is just going to be gigantic.
I hope it's different enough.
I hope it doesn't have a small dude riding it. It's going to have a Moloch riding it.
A Moloch? Okay.
It's going to have a siege trask going to be riding.
Okay. And with a Moloch on the side? It's like, yeah, get him.
A little grot hanging off.
Oh, man. But yeah, cool. Gnarlgast, huh? What else we got? Starter army plans? What are you going to do?
Oh, the game coverage. So how do we want to... So anyone who watched our 50-point game, the way we're basing it on, as we talked about it, is going to be starter box and then whatever we do next.
Yep.
So what is the next stage? You said just swap the casters, right?
I would say swap the casters. We can swap our armies around a little bit, but I'd still like to keep
just the starter box,
starter boxes, and the cast that came in the battle box.
So yeah, so we're gonna, as a new player, say you bought the starter army, you're like, okay, cool, this is fun. You go buy the battle group, and then you keep playing 50 points, but you caster swap.
Yep.
And then you have, if you wanted another jack, or are we just gonna keep same no extra jacks?
I mean, I don't think that matters all that much.
Just 50 points.
Just 50 points. I mean, I don't want to make it. I want to bring a balance though. I don't want to bring like 4 jacks and then like 1 unit, right?
Yeah.
Like you want to bring a balance because that's what people are going to be playing. Because maybe they didn't buy the battle group, maybe they just bought the caster and then maybe another jack. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll keep it at 2 for now.
Okay. Light and heavy.
Yeah, light and heavy, and just maybe switch up the units of it or things like that.
Change loadouts.
Yeah, change loadouts. But yeah, I don't think we should start bringing like 4 jacks right now. Maybe at 75 we'll up it to like. We'll up to 3 jacks, but still like 2 heavies and a light or 2 lights and a heavy kind of thing. And then at 100 we can bring in the character.
75, we'll play like a second 75 game.
Yeah,
that'll be like more jacks and more competitive. And then at 100 we can throw the X packs in.
Well, I was thinking at 100, yeah, throw the X packs in, but I think at 100 we throw in the character jacks.
Oh, that late?
Yeah.
So how do the point system works in Black Tide? Like when do I get to buy my character jack?
We have to play the campaign.
Oh, aren't we? I already got
Well,
some
no, we
points.
have to get the chest points and all that to upgrade him.
Oh.
But the next Black Tide point value is Black Tide. Oh, I gotta download it now.
Oh, look at you. Oh, that's their new thing with the app is you only download what you use. It helps it runs better on older phones, I think.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So we're gonna go with scenario 2, which is 50 to 75. So we'll keep it at 50, and that's the Sea Assault. So we'll just keep it at 50. Swap the caster if we want to. I'm gonna swap my caster.
I'll swap mine.
Okay.
Because Horus can Hazaroth are
Hazaroth.
kind of like long lost lovers.
Yeah, they are. They really are. You know. So, and we'll probably keep the 50 for the first season. Maybe we'll do the first 3 battles at 50, the next 3 battles at 75, and then we have the walls for the big siege.
Ooh,
Yeah.
little siege action.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll play the new.
The walls at your place, right?
Yeah, the walls are at my place. Yeah, I still got them.
I always forget where stuff is.
So, yeah. But if anybody's got any suggestions or something y'all want to see,
ways to improve the bat rep aside from just quality
and lighting,
yeah, we're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I thought about adding is a second camera that I can back and forth between.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have a top down.
That or a dice camera would be nice. I've seen that a lot.
I like we moved to it. So like I'd always have the top down, so there was always like a big thing, and then when we were talking and going back and forth, it would skip to jump to that. But when we were just doing movements before dice, it would be just the top down. So you could see the battlefield movement, and then when I'm going to like roll dice, it switched to me holding the camera kind of thing.
Yeah, we could do that.
Just something just things we're thinking about.
Yeah. All right.
What else? I want to talk like the Ravage. This is type in game found.
Okay.
So we're going over some Ravage Star content.
Game found.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where's their backer? Where's their backer count?
Up top. Should be right there.
So the last one made 3,200. 1,000 backers short.
Oof.
But same amount of money.
Same amount of money. So, like I was talking to you about, like, money is cool, but I think the success of the game is going to be based on the backer count. And I know you were saying you think a lot of people are splitting this, which is fair. I don't think everyone is. Like, you're not.
No.
You know, so.
But I also bought it with, and there were at least a few others, not like a lot, I can't say, but like, I bought it with the intent to bring models for other people to play too.
Yeah. And
there was at least a handful of people in the Discords that have done that. They're like, I'm buying, and then my friends will play it because I'm buying the models.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I think it's good. They made the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So, it's positive. It's not going down. The backer count going down, like I said, worries me.
I think it had and that's where I think that's where my tinfoil hat theory of them splitting it came in, because the barrier of cost of entry was higher.
I mean, you also got to take into account. Let's go for the negative all the way up to the positive, right? So the negative is some people got the Ravage Star and were like, "This is not for me." You know what I mean? Or like, I'm disappointed, which I wouldn't be, because the models are fantastic, and they looked really good. So I'm not sure what people were expecting. Maybe because the rules aren't out, or
maybe they thought the rules would be out by now.
Maybe, yeah. And they're like, I'm gonna wait on this one to see what the rules were, because initially you had with the first Kickstarter, you had everyone that's like a mini Wargamer fanboy was like, "Oh, I'm going for it," just because it's mini Wargaming.
Yeah.
Then that all wore off.
Yeah.
And they were like a second one, and they're like, I'm gonna wait on this one. Yeah. You know, maybe see how it fleshes out. Because I got the original, cool. Return buyers, maybe not as much. I'd like to see that if they ever post that percentage of return buyers and new buyers. You know what I mean? Like, where's this? 50% return buyers, 75% return buyers. Like, you need a good balance of new and returning players to keep it going. But you did make a good point also, where a lot of this stuff is like the new armies. So not everyone is going to want chaos. So the people that didn't want chaos want the dwarves.
Yeah, and a lot of chaos people might not have bought anything.
Correct.
They have
right.
They only added one like box for chaos players.
Yeah.
And they're like, if I wasn't getting the other stuff, I probably would have skipped it.
Sure.
Because it wasn't like a lot of chaos. Like you got bikers basically. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
And you got some abomination thing. You got that. Where to go? There's a ton of stretch goals. Oh, you got the big tank.
That's cool.
And then you got this guy. And then you got more bikers, which are, I think the bikers look phenomenal.
Yeah. I like those bikes.
Yeah, they look good.
So I think 2 Kickstarters very successful.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's good. Depends on what they do with the game.
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna make this into like a tournament style game or?
I don't know that they've ever like hard concrete said what they want. They want casual fun. You buy models, you put them on the table, you play. They don't want you to have to like think about the rules too much. They don't want you to have to assemble the minis. Yeah, for the competitive side of things, that's not great.
But I mean, in reality, there are games like War Machine that are much more geared towards the competitive.
War Machine is super geared to being a very high skill player.
Yes, at that level. And this design for this level and the way they play 40K is goofy anyway. So.
Yeah, it makes sense to how they're building it, and 40K is goofy anyway.
Yeah, and it's a terrible rule set. So
at least this is fun and terrible, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
I wouldn't say terrible. I've watched a lot of gameplay on it, and the rules look fun, and that's where I'm gonna leave it because it looks fun.
Okay.
It looks like very random, fun, not War Machine. War Machine is dialed in.
Yeah, and it's games for everyone. So
yeah, I like the dice, the D10.
Okay.
Just because of in a math way, percentages, 10%, you lose percentages. That makes my math brain happy. A little tism scratch right there.
Okay.
But I can see why it's not fun.
But you lose 0 to 9%. Because you roll a 1, that's 10%. So you have 10 to 19%. You roll a 2, that's 20%.
Yeah.
To 29%. Where's your 0 to 9%? You're missing a whole percentage. It's a chunk there.
It's a chunk there.
Wrap your brain around that one.
I don't like you. Stop it.
Because really a D10 is not 10%. You do the math like that.
Okay. I
it's more
see
like
it.
9%.
Yeah, you're guaranteed 90% of the 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wrap your little tism brain around that one.
Yeah. Fuck you. Everyone else
no, but like the dice don't bother me because I play like I play Marvel Cryx Protocol, which is a D8, but they're not numbered, so it's action dice. And then same thing with Monpok, they're not numbered, they're just hits or misses. So I mean, dice doesn't really bother me.
What is it? Infinity uses D20s.
Gross. Whoa. Okay.
You didn't know that?
I've never touched Infinity, so
I've only ever looked at the models, which are phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard. I've seen that.
They have I think some of the coolest, and they have some of the best painters. Holy God. But yeah, they use D20s.
Good for them.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever use D20s for a minute, but their game is very small. Like it's not like big.
Right. It's just very skirmish type.
Yeah. So like D20 is kind of okay. It fits more into like a D&D style game where it's skirmish anyway.
Yeah. And then Warcaster's action dice or hit or miss dice. So yeah, the dice doesn't really bother me that much. It's like it's all gonna be like you need this much to hit, 5+, 6+, or it's a 4+ on a D6 kind of deal, 50% chance roughly. Yeah. So.
But yeah, I'm surprised.
I don't like your randomness though. I'm just gonna tell you.
They did say they would be open to people testing against that because they know that's not for everybody.
I just don't like it. I don't like. I know your argument was like the chaos of the battlefield, but like
I didn't argue for it or against it. Hold on.
Well, I am not a fan.
I thought it was cute. That's what I said. I thought it was cute.
Cute, sure. But like that's why I didn't like Star Wars Legion. That's why I don't like Star Wars Shatterpoint. I just don't like the.
Do those have like the boost tokens at all?
What are the boost tokens?
So
I don't know the game yet. You sent me all that stuff, but I don't know.
So Rapid Star basic starting activations. When it's the next round, like turn 1 or turn 2, all the tokens go into the bag for every unit.
Yep.
And you pull one out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a troop token, you can activate any troop.
Yep.
If you get an HQ token, activate any HQ. You have one or whatever. But if you grab the little exclamation mark, the boost token, you can activate any unit and it gets its bonus effect. Which is like...
I don't think they have that.
Yeah, because then that's like, oh, you can shoot twice. Oh, you can charge an extra 3 inches. I don't know if that counteracts some of the randomness because, like, say you get a little screwed and you don't go 1 or 2, but then that one unit that you didn't have can go super hard. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to play it regardless.
And then the other thing that I thought was interesting is you can always shoot at any range.
Huh?
So the range, say a gun is range 18.
Sure.
It can shoot 48, but you're at a modified, so you're instead of hitting on 6s, you're hitting on 9s.
So that's the way they used to do it, and that's old school Warhammer.
Yeah.
Where if you needed like range or like you need like a 7, you could roll a D6. If you roll a 6, you can roll a 4+ kind of.
So that's like,
Or
you will shoot, but you're, instead of being like, I forget whatever they called it, the accuracy is like a 6. You need a 6 to hit. Your accuracy changes if you're 6 inches further than your range. It goes down by 1. If you're 12,
sure.
yeah. I thought that was interesting. If you throw enough shots at something.
Yeah, I mean I don't hate that. It definitely makes
realism makes more sense there.
Yes, for sure. Because it's harder to hit something farther away.
Yeah, but it's not like you can never hit it.
Right.
And if you're just shooting a machine gun down range, you're gonna hit something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're gonna hit something. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll play it. We'll bring it.
Yep.
We can, if you prime them this week. If you prime them tomorrow.
It's too cold. It's like 30 degrees outside.
Just get an air boot, dummy.
Yeah, go ahead. I got one right here. Go ahead, use it. You sit like right next to a huge air booth. You can prime literally every model in your house. And you're like,
ALS.
Ooh, boo. Oh man. But yeah, so we'll lock in our LVL list. Hopefully Chimera expansion comes out in January, and the Wyvern, which will probably be the end of January. So I'm probably playing Orgoth.
Yeah,
probably
play. I think you're safe playing Orgoth.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
you're gonna have all your tools. You're gonna know them the best.
Yep.
So
and then Chimera for
the rest of the year. Are we doing a Adepticon? You want to
probably
try?
not. I mean, probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. Yeah.
Cool. More time just to be prepped for.
It'd be too hard, like, because want to hit up a few different stuff this year. Depends on when my wife goes to Turkey. It'll either be in June or September. So, yeah. So right after Nova. So Nova would be easy to sell because hey, you're leaving to Turkey.
I'm going one.
Yeah, I'm going woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Bocor should be easy because in April nothing happens. Well, nothing happens in April now. Right? Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, as like I got two TDYs added to our list just this week. So, yeah. We're gonna be traveling a lot. So
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good year.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have another podcast out this month. Probably not, because we're going on training this week. We come back and it's gonna be Christmas break.
Well, we could if something happens next week, we could do a crappy podcast on your phone.
Oh,
you know,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We will maybe record a crappy Brad Star Bad Rep
in the hotel.
Yeah.
On the beds or something. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't. The only plans for December. I wanted to get another Bat Rep out for the campaign.
We should be able to do that.
Like on Christmas week. I don't think there's gonna be enough news over the holiday either for us to do a podcast.
Probably not. I mean, Chimera's gonna come out, so we can probably do an unboxing.
Maybe if the rule updates come out.
Are the rule updates due out this year?
If they, I don't know when they're coming out, but if they release them before the year ends, like hey, before we go to Christmas, here's the new rules. Have fun.
Yeah, I guess we could try that.
But like, that's not gonna need a podcast. That can just be, we can look at it. The smarter people than us will cover it.
Yeah. I'm sure they will, and they'll be. So you'll leave it up to those people that don't have kids, or
have their not twins that are
or
yeah.
I mean, we can do it at night, obviously, and I'm gonna be here all over the Christmas break. And we're not gonna be working.
We'll at least get a Rabbit Star Bat Red up, at least another Bat Red up,
Yep.
or War Machine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have a cell shaded painted video for the WTC mini up. That's the other goal for December. So at least 2-3 videos, but no podcast.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Take it easy. Thank you all for listening. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all the YouTube things. And for a fun little reminder, if you like anime shorts, go to simslight.com, use code ice_king for 10% off. And have a wonderful holiday.
Bye. Oh, man.